Hi everyone, Artsy Dude here. Welcome again to the Artsy Dude channel. Welcome to the art studio somewhere here in this great United States of America. It's the place where creativity is more important than knowledge, but the acquisition of great knowledge, it's an art form. And the two, they go hand in hand. Hey, welcome. It's been about 3 weeks since I've been out here doing anything again. Been busy, just scrambling around, doing a lot of work, a lot of creative work. And I'm going to try to do something a little bit different right now. This particular video, I'm going to do a 3-part series on the pineal gland. I'm doing this with Super Sleuth. You know her as Super Sleuth out there in YouTube land, otherwise known as the Reverend Kathleen Carroll. I call her RevKat. She's a Super Sleuth. What is a sleuth? What does that mean? Well, she's a seeker of knowledge. She's a spiritual detective, if you will. How's that for a definition of sleuth? Spiritual detective. She can track down, she has the ability to track down and find out information like no person I've ever seen. So Super Sleuth and I, Artsy Dude, we're going to do this 3-part series on the pineal gland while Buddy, our pal of the triad from Alien Protocols, is off doing research of his own. We're going to go ahead and do a few videos together. And so I just want you to know I'm going to be presenting material today that's written by the Reverend Kathleen Carroll, a.k.a. Super Sleuth, okay? This is her writing, very talented woman, and I'm going to start presenting it. So it's a 3-part series. Let's start and get into part 1, which is, again, the pineal gland. And you know, I don't know if you know this, but the pineal gland is the pine cone-shaped little small gland in the center of your brain. It's been noted to look very much like the eye of Ra. This is also known as your third eye and your epiphysis cerebri. All animals with a spine have this gland, and it has a lens, cornea and retina, just like your eyes. So I happen to love language and the etymology of words. So isn't it interesting that epiphysis is also so close to the word epiphany? Like, you know, when you have that moment of sudden revelation or insight. You know, another interesting fact about the pineal gland is there are calcite microcrystals made of calcium, carbon, and oxygen. That's in there. They produce a bioluminescence, a cold light ranging in the blue-green light spectrum. The calcite microcrystals have their own piezoelectric effect that responds to electromagnetic energies outside the physical body and can produce its own electromagnetic energy itself. The word piezoelectric came from the Greek word piezo, or piezo I should say, for stress, squeeze, or push. So what pressure or push causes the effect in the pineal gland from the inside? Let's explore that. Crystals are used are used in electromechanical applications and can be programmed. If you remember, back in the old days, they used to use them in radios. They still do. They use them in a lot of different applications, technological applications. And if we have crystals in our pineal gland that perform a similar action, imagine what we could do with our minds if we learn to harness the effect. Meditation and or prayer seem to be the answer and will be discussed further down in part 3, okay? So the pineal gland is important to mood and the quality and duration of your sleep through the production of the neurotransmitter serotonin by day, which is converted to melatonin at night. Darkness is required for this to occur. Dietrich Klinkart, MD, PhD, believes that many individuals with sleep disorders have melatonin deficiency because the pineal gland is not getting enough full spectrum sunlight during the day or enough darkness during the evening, okay? The pineal, it regulates our daily seasonal circadian rhythm, okay? The sleep-wake patterns that determine your hormone levels, stress levels, and physical performance. In conjunction with the adrenal glands, the pineal gland affects skin pigmentation, which I wouldn't have guessed that, but it also helps to regulate potassium and sodium levels in the body, controls one's mental stability, and controls mental and sexual growth. The famous philosopher Descartes described the pineal gland as the principal seat of the soul, and I believe that. And through it, we have mystical and religious experiences, often gaining insight and inspiration on topics that interest us. you know? And one of those topics that we're going to discuss here is psychic abilities. Intuition, to be more specific. Intuition is one of the psychic abilities of the third eye. It was no doubt an important survival tool from man's early days to warn us of impending danger or help locate food sources and navigate unknown terrain. It's that little voice in your head. Did I shut the garage door after I left the house? Maybe you used it for buying that winning lotto ticket, you know. Many people have experienced flashes of intuition that made them take a different route to work, only to find out later that they missed a terrible car accident. Mothers have an innate ability to catch kids doing something they shouldn't and are often said to have eyes in the back of their head, but it's their third eye in the middle of their heads. That's what's really working. That's what's really been put into play. Okay? The pineal gland is what allowed ancients to communicate with each other physically over long distances. It's the organ that allows us to speak with the spirit realm and other worlds, such as was done by the priestess at the Oracle of Delphi in Greece. Here sits Pythia, or Pythia, the oracle at Delphi, breathing in volcanic fumes while ingesting extracts from bay laurel leaves, which brought her to an ecstatic state in order to prophesize. Boy, easy for you to say, prophesize. Bay leaves used for a tea can stimulate psychic ability, okay? I didn't know that, but I'm learning because the RevKat is so smart in her writing. The third eye is the site of your sixth and seventh energy centers known as chakras. The third eye, via the pineal gland, controls the attributes and functions of the sixth chakra, ajna in Sanskrit, which include clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, telepathy, ESP, which is extra sensory perception if you didn't already know that, intuition, and Christ consciousness or cosmic consciousness. Here's a complete list of the chakras, all right? So listen to this. The first one is red, root chakra, physical grounding. Second is orange, sacral, sexuality, intimacy, and passion. Third is yellow, your navel, your assertion and confidence. The fourth is green, your heart, compassion, kindness, love, and affection. The fifth chakra is blue, your throat, which talks about self-expression. Sixth is indigo. It's your third eye, your intuition, your visualization. And seventh is violet, your crown, your connection to source, to God, to the creator, to the one, being one with the universal energy, okay? The third eye, via the pineal gland, also controls the attributes and functions of the seventh chakra called Sahasrara in Sanskrit, which include linkages from or with the higher self, astral projection, astral travel, and ascension to the Akashic records or Akashic records, source, God, universe, the creator, the one, okay? The pineal gland is also where the soul exists, or the pineal gland is also where the soul exits, death, transitioning, okay? If the soul leaving the body via the pineal gland or crown chakra is temporary, you have dreaming or OBE, out-of-body experience. If the soul leaving the body via the pineal gland is permanent, you have what is called death, but I prefer the term transition, or from one state of being to another. So, that's where we're going to start today, with the pineal gland. It's an amazing gland. It's the gland, too, that I'm sure has a big part in the play when you do magic mushrooms, or you do dimethyltryptamine, or you do the toad ceremony, whatever that may be. But anything with that DMT in it will be definitely built around, into, and stem from the pineal gland. Okay, so that's that's what we got for part one. Let's shut her down for a minute and listen. As I always have said in closing in all my videos, be kind to one another. Use your intuition to love one another. Take care of the environment. Let's change let's change that whole sort of attitude out there about how we treat each other on the roads and in social media. Especially young people, we need to have more patience. We need to love one another and try to think about walking in each other's shoes, because you never know what someone's going through until you walk in their shoes, all right? So listen, this is RT Dude. I'm signing off for now. We'll continue part 2 in the next video, all right? Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.